train? Like, can you give us a background of how that idea came about? Because that to me is like you just stumbled upon a gold mine, and it's just a simple idea, but that idea exploded your career.
Right. So for me, I was trying to think of ways, because I was seeing kind of this trend, and it's become a very popular trend in horror these days, to the point where a lot of people are actually pretty sick of it. But at the time, this trend didn't really exist. It wasn't a widespread thing that people knew about. So I had noticed that games like Five Nights at Freddy's or Bendy and the Ink Machine were taking characters that were kind of nostalgic, and then they would put them in a horror context. So with Five Nights at Freddy's, you're taking these pizzeria animatronics. It's a nostalgic location, these sort of like creepy, animatronics that you'd see in like Chuck E. Cheese.
Right.
They've got those in there as well. And so I was trying to think of things that most people would have been familiar with as kids that I could turn into a spooky character.
Right.
And so I was realizing, there's really not that many horror games based on kids' TV shows. And so for me, my favorite TV show when I was growing up was Thomas the Tank Engine. So what I did, I was like, well, I'll just take Thomas. Take Thomas, make him spooky, make him scary, make him evil. And as I was trying to figure out a good character design for that, how I could, really pull that off, there's this animator on YouTube and TikTok called Tom Coben, and he did these really cool animations that went viral, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years back, where it was Thomas the Tank Engine with like spider legs and this big snake head and stuff. I was like, I could take the spider leg aspect from that, pair it up with, this kind of a creepy clown demon looking face, and I could have a pretty cool design. So that's where the design for it came from. It's just taking something that people would be kind of familiar with, and then just going crazy with it. So
I think that's brilliant. Really I think that is brilliant, and I think that I'm doing that with Twisted Tower, with like all the different creepy characters you meet in this theme park. We're giving this sort of creepy Disney vibe. And of course, you're definitely an inspiration. And we'll probably see a ton of games that come out that have that, I guess you'd call it corrupt TV show or corrupt children's characters in the game. So it's nothing new at this point, but you're right. You were on the cusp of it. Cool. So you had that idea. So what was next?
Yeah. So at that point, that was really what I kind of based the game around. So when I knew that, okay, spooky trains were going to be involved, I figured, well, it'd be fun to drive around on a train. So I was like, okay, well, I have to have a train that you can drive around in. And then in order to make that more engaging and feel like a more personal experience, I was like, okay, well, I'll throw in some upgrades, throw in some custom weapons. Maybe you can color your train